No. No racing canes. They're a C tier at best. No, stop. No. Ah! Oh! Oh, thank the sacred onion. It was just a dream. Wait, something does feel a little off. Bed being bigger than usual? No, it's not Tuesday yet. I do feel fly though, but that's to be expected. Okay, it seems like everything is exactly how it should be. Now, if someone can just answer the question, how did I get so slow?
That would be my doing, Sir of Pancake Dapper.
It's Dapper Pancake. Wait, I'm sorry. Are you a fly?
Yes, and I need your help. The evil witch, Lunamoth, has placed a curse that stops all of us from growing wings.
I mean, I kind of prefer that. You guys are really annoying when I try to squash it when all you do is fly around. I mean... Oh no! Hell awful.
Anyway... Sir Pan of the Cake Dapperman.
Dapper Pancake
What
here.
we need now is no ordinary fly. We need someone who shows great strength, someone who shows bravery, someone who shows chivalry. What we need is a knight. You must be said knight, Sir Dapper Flimflam.
So, you basically want me to be your...
Yeah, basically.
No.
Well, rent.
It's due?
It's due.
Pay me.
Yes, pay.
Tons?
4 quarters.
Well, I didn't expect this to be my first story, but salutations from the Dapper Pancake, and welcome to... I turned into a freaking fly! This is not what I wanted, this is not what I signed up for, I don't want to be a fly! No! I woke up in a strange new world, with my pants down of course, and I could already feel the tension from Lunamoth's curse. However, I needed to pay rent, so I had to find what I could and get going. Maybe if all the flies around me weren't expired, I could get some answers. With my trusty mace and Dark Souls armor, I make haste. I then found a chest with some more goodies that would help me on this journey. I then noticed there was a fallen fly on the path, and it looked like they're still alive? Hey, are you okay? Speak to me, man! A fly squire. You needn't worry. I'm half the fly I used to be. This nectar will suit you better, I reckon. How about I help you drink it so we can save the world together? No. So it seems that I was truly on my own in this journey. I then saw something looming in the fog. It looked like another insect. Finally, another lead. Boy, am I glad to see you. Look, I was sent on a quest to stop the evil witch Lunamoth.
Destroy the Dapper Flimflam.
Wait, are you serious? How do you know my name? Wait, no.
Destroy the Dapper Flimflam.
Well, it seems like I have to fight. Because of the world order changing me into a fly, I wasn't used to fly-style combat, but I took the enemy bug down. I had to press on and fight more of those insects, but I got more accustomed to this fly body. I even learned how to parry and kick. After some hard-fought battles, I finally made it to a bonfire, to which I could rest my little fly legs. Since, I can't fly and all because Lunamoth and the curse is up. That's the whole reason I'm here, but yeah. Do you like fishing? I mean, sure. Good! I then decided to take some time to fish, so I have food for the road. For I had no idea what I would see in Lunamoth's lair. And to be expected, it was nothing I expected. These caves are really something else. Fly traps everywhere you look, armored bugs with shields. Even a bug bowman, who was how they fight, I could tell they would prefer throwing hands. While it seemed like everyone hated my guts, I knew that the plants were on my side at the very least.
Allow me! Allow me! You keep being you, friend.
You need to leave! I started to truly understand the bug hierarchy when a bee in decked out samurai gear stepped to oppose me. Ha! I got your arm. Now tremble in fear of the great and powerful Flyknight!
Hey, you can't loiter here. I will destroy you.
Look, I'm telling you, I was planted here. I literally cannot move. Ah! I don't know what world I was taken to, but I really want to go home. From more pesky bugs to even stick bugs come to life. I barely scraped by and found another bonfire. And a very interesting bug. Oi, maggot. You're still alive. Makes no difference to me. All of your kind are nothing but fodder. Wait, I'm confused. What do you mean fodder? You got horse droplets in your ear. Most of, if not all of your kind, has been sent down here to be slain. Therefore, I see no reason for our alliance to continue. Since I know you'll perish in this lair soon enough, I'll let you go. This was enough to make my blood boil. And as much as I wanted to fight back, I knew I stood no chance against this guy. So I took his threat as a blessing and continued on my way. Things were getting bleak. Bugs started to hit harder, traps were everywhere, and I was exhausted. Was I truly sent here just to be slain? But then finally, after everything so far, I finally found them. Another Flyknight! Boy, am I glad to see you. I have so many questions. What happened to that Flyknight beside you?
You know, you kinda ask a lot of questions there, bud.
I'm sorry, it's just...
Look, I think an inquisitive mind is a great thing, but you're just pushing it. Like, I think this is just getting to an extent where it's like, this is just unnecessary, I think. I don't know why you feel the need to just keep going on about this. Like, just let me live my life. Like, this guy right here, I've never seen him before. I don't even know why you'd assume that I've seen him. Like, just get off my back, man. Like, it's not like I'm a murderer or anything. You don't think I murdered him, right? No, murderer. I hardly know her. Tough crowd. Well, look. I just gotta go.
All right, I get it. At this point, I was losing all hope. But to make matters even worse, where did this incline come from? It's going so fast, I'm gonna crash! Help me! Okay, how do we go from bugs to big plant-eating monster things? Regardless, we have to fight this thing. So just to my luck, this world also had boss-like creatures. The first one on my way to defeating Lunamoth being the I'm gonna try to say this to the best of my ability. The Amorphophallus eminus. Big plant thing! With this thing being at the very top and its weeds being everywhere, I was getting Bed of Chaos vibes all over again. But somehow this fight went much better. While on the top, I could do way more damage. Only problem was this plant beast tried to sway me off, which they did a couple of times. However, this was more than enough to defeat this beast and get some pretty nice goodies as compensation. Hopefully Lunamoth's on the other side of this door. Well, I mean, technically they are, just really far away. So, you really bested the plant. Bravo! But I suggest you leave. And why is that? You're in over your head, my dear boy. And at this point, I just want all the flies that are left anyway to be safe. You're not a bad guy in disguise, are you? What? Why would you say such a thing? Because I want your weapon. What? Flim Flam, this is serious. I want all of the flies to remain out of harm's way. I can surely... Don't care. I want your weapon. Next up were the swamps. I could tell the Lunamoth's influence was only getting stronger. The foes out here are much more formidable. It seems like every enemy I come across is a big struggle, especially the Spider-Mancers, slowing me down with their web attacks as the other mages try to finish me off. Bright side is, I am getting a little more accustomed to fighting as a fly.
My wife never gets off my
even
back,
the other
and
flies are
she
starting to
just
show
never
me a
stops
little
talking.
respect.
This is my one moment of the day where she's not asking me to do something. Oh, hey there, John Fly, can you fix the sink? And I'm like, no, I already fixed it last week and you clogged it again. It's just too much. Just let me live my life.
Well, almost everyone. Utter rubbish. To my surprise, I met up with some other Flyknights, and together we stormed the castle. I thought it was strange that we were fighting our own, and with that little purple orb above their head, I can only assume necromancy is at play. We lost one on the way, but we pressed on regardless. I'm finding a liking to the shield hammer setup. I could parry these pesky bugs and go for the attack. It was that exact strategy that made light work of some of these insects. I was finally in my element. But as I was finally getting into the groove, tragedy struck.
Yeah, I'm getting groceries for my mom. She's having a really hard time right now, you know. She just got over cancer. I'm super proud of her, but look, she needs these groceries.
And with that, I press on. Upon this blue portal, I'll find the traitor that caused all of this bloodshed to happen in the first place. You should have stayed away. You could have run from this. But you just had to stick your nose, mouth thing in places it didn't need to be in. Looks like I'm getting your weapon. Is this a joke to you? I'm the problem. It's me. I'm the reason all of you flies had to perish. I'm working with the Lunamoth. Don't care. Give me your weapon. Then take it from my cold and dead hands! Seeing that Dap would soon get the weapon of his dream and avenge John Fly in the process, he is filled with determination! It was time to put the traitor in their place. This was a tough fight. This dragonfly could soar all across the battlefield, and with the power of blue flames, it was gonna be tough. However, it wasn't impossible. Thanks to my parrying practice, I was able to find my rhythm and fight back against the one who was clearly holding on to my weapon while I was away. With the power of correct parries, and following up with my trusty hammer, this dragonfly was no more. If it had to be anyone who did me in, I'm glad it's you. Now, finish what you started, and finish the Lunamoth. So what? No weapon? Finally, I can be my true form. We finally reached the ruined city, and I have to say, if we weren't close to the Lunamoth before, we definitely are now. For an abandoned city, this place was crawling with all sorts of dangers. From undead flies to mages, heck, even the plants made a return. It's as if this was the final stop. The Lunamoth's last attempt to stop me. I will say I had some real close calls down here, but thanks to the dragoon halberd I got from the pesky trader, I was able to barely, and I mean just barely, squeeze by. I guess it's time to hitch a ride. It seems all of that chaos was finally behind me, but then he showed up. I see. Trash like you made it this far. What a sick joke. The likes of you only know worthlessness. You should have perished like the other flies. The Lunamoth shall fall to me, and I shall be the one to rule these lands. So how about I end your tale here and now? I can only assume this is the only thing keeping me away from the Lunamoth, and I must say, I was well prepared. With a couple of fairies and my newfound resolve, I put this bee in its place and finally laid him to rest. All that's left is that Dawn Moth. So the moth is behind these doors, huh? Well, call me the light bulb, because I'm about to lure this moth out. Here we go! At the end of it all, it's the ones I cursed on this wretched land that hold enough animosity to seek me out, rather than shrivel up and waste away. Animosity, stupidity, rather. What does a fly as yourself hope to accomplish in this life? Let your sins shit on your backside. Realize how much harm you did just to me.
claws are much greater than yours.
Are you sure?
Is thou not affected by my soul? What drives you to such lengths?
Listen, the things I've done in this world are no different than what I would have done in my own. If an insect came in and took my rights, I'd be a little irritable as well. For in my world, I would hunt down said being to the very end, just like in this one. And don't you worry, I would not let them go at the very end just to show some type of lousy character development.
Wait, what was that?
That was the bell. And I'm coming in swinging! It was finally time to face off against the Lunamoth. I had a strong suspicion that they would be magic-based, and I was right, launching magic projectiles every which way to stop me. However, I came prepared. You see, my hammer and shield combo I've been using all this time had a secret I yet to enclose. The shield does a great job at blocking magic projectiles. Therefore, while these spells would hurt your average fly, they would not be hurting me. And since Lunamoth is magic-based, their physical defenses were upright laughable. They did go in the air from time to time and try to hit me with more magic. However, just like a wasp who holds a grudge, I was waiting for them to land every single time. And with that, I delivered the final blow.
You simple-minded fool, refusing to see the big picture.
The only picture I'm looking forward to seeing is the picture of me smiling after I paid off my rent.
Who even are you?
I am Malachi D. Pancake, but you can call me.
I see. The dapper flim-flam. You truly were a foolish one.
You know what? You can disintegrate now. And with that, there's only one thing left to do. Okay, I break this, and everyone gets their wings back, and I get to go home. It's about dang time. And just like that, I returned home. The fly turned me back to normal size and confessed that he didn't even know what a quarter was. But he quickly showed me that his flight has returned and began to celebrate. However, you know the saying. All good things must come to an end. Just like this tale. I do appreciate all of you for taking the time to come and join me for my tales. I do hope to see you very soon, for I have more tales to tell. But for now, that's gonna have to do it today. But before you leave, I have one more request. From me to you, through and through, I want all of you to stay dapper.